Hello again. A petition calling on government not to get involved in the deadly conflict between Russia and Ukraine has gained thousands of signatures to date. The petition was started late last week after Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered a special military operation in Ukraine. Scores of people have lost their lives in the past few days, while millions are at risk of getting displaced. For more on this, we speak to the Azanian People's Organization spokesperson, Gaontebale Nodoba. Thank you very much, sir, for availing yourself this afternoon. So why do you believe that South Africa should not get involved?
Thank you, Sis Duduzile, and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. As Azapo, we believe that this is a matter that really doesn't need us. It doesn't need us as Africa. It doesn't need us as South Africa. It's an issue of people in Europe fighting each other. For a change, is what we call white-on-white violence, which we don't hear the media putting it that way. So we really don't think that we should get involved because we've got bigger problems here. What the department should do of international relations and corporations is to make sure that they repatriate, they bring back the students and other citizens of the country who are in Ukraine safely to the country. That should be our concern, not to want to say Russia is the aggressor or Russia should withdraw or there must be negotiations. We don't think so, because we think that whichever way it goes, and we can give a context, because the context about this Russia-Ukraine thing is also very important, which is what is being missed from the narrative that is out there.
What is your context?
Well, look, the context is we know that when the USSR fell, the Soviet Union, Ukraine was the second biggest or the second largest republic was in the USSR. And we also know that as it fell, as USSR fell, and Russia used to be in control, for instance, of Ukraine. So an agreement was reached that an area called Crimea, where it houses what we call the naval base, right, the largest naval base, right, where the Soviet military, what we call the Black Sea Fleet, where it is based. It was agreed that even though Russia is no longer in control of Crimea, that that particular space shall be for Russia in terms of their weaponry and so on. But with the US-led fascist coup d'etat, it soon became clear to Russia that Crimea will be taken over, and that space will be taken over so that it becomes a space for NATO to be able to launch their missiles, and their missiles facing Russia. And then Putin felt that, listen, we need to protect ourselves. And that is generally where you've got this kind of war now, to then say, I'm digging into my heels, I'm fighting, because now the only space where we believe that as Russia we can protect ourselves is now being taken over, and taken over by NATO, and we know that behind NATO is the US. And we know that the US generally is an aggressor. So we are saying we also don't know what might be the intentions then therefore of Putin. Who knows? Putin might want to resurrect the USSR, the Soviet Union. So why should we get involved? Because we've got nothing to benefit. Now, just as a parting shot, we have heard and seen now in the news all over that African people of African descent who are out there, right, wanting to be next to the border, going to Poland and so on, they are being refused. They are being treated badly. There is racism against them and so on as African black people. So black and African people have got nothing to benefit from this whole thing. So that's why we say we don't really see why we should be getting involved. We should be really concentrating on getting back our African people in South Africa, but also our comrades in the diaspora. Help them to come back, those who are there of African origin. So that's basically what we are saying. Our borders are porous. That's what this country should be focusing on. Not to have a flip-flopping cabinet where one minister says this, the other one says this, the president says this. We are saying you've got an indecisive government. And it's clear that this particular government cannot govern and cannot rule. In crises like this, right, you need to be decisive. And the decisive, responsible thing to do is to get back South Africans and other Africans, right, safely to our shores of the continent.
The petition that you have since launched, just how many signatures have you garnered to date?
Well, since Duduzile, at 1:02 before I just logged on to this program, we were at 27,289 and still counting. Okay, so this particular campaign, its message is succinct, it's clear, and it resonates with the Azanian masses. Across the color line, interestingly, people are saying, indeed, this petition of AZAPO is correct. When you have partnered with change.org, it's correct that indeed we should not get involved as a country into this particular matter. Let white-on-white violence continue.
This petition, just how many signatures are you going for, and what then happens once you've reached your target, if you will?
Well, look, Duduzile, we are thinking that we want to be ambitious. We say let it grow, 35,000, 40,000, 50,000, let it grow. We want the voices of South Africans, of the Azanian masses to be heard. We are saying the many, the merrier. So we really didn't put a cap to it, but we are saying we are sure that we are going to pass the 30,000, the 35,000 mark. Already this petition, with the number of signatures that it has, it already qualifies to get the attention of the Minister of DERCO, which is Dr. Naledi Pandor, and obviously the President of this country, to say do the responsible thing. Don't get involved in white-on-white violence. It is their problem. It's the issue of the history of the Cold War, people wanting to fight one another. It's about weaponry. It's about who says who is the master. And we can therefore not get involved when we've got major problems in this country.
Gaontebale Nodoba, Azanian People's Organization spokesperson, thank you for availing yourself this afternoon.